By the sound of things, you might think we're at the dentist's office today. But almost as good, we're at Seattle's iconic Pike Place Market. There are plenty of fun things to see here. But much like the dentist's office, you know the drill. I had to start off with a couple of clips of the most famous thing at Pike Place Market. Of course, the flying fish. When you first enter the market under the famous Pike Place sign, the first thing you come to is Pike Place Fish Market. And that's going to be the place that has the biggest crowds. People come from far and wide to see the fish being thrown after someone orders one. Probably more came from far, but I'm pretty sure a few did come from wide as well. Now let's take a look at some of the action around here, and notice the huge crowds that form. It is a popular place, and not just because I'm here. Windy, I can fly! If you love it, let it go. If it's meant to be, it'll come back. Now, of course, you can buy a fish, and they'll pack it so that you can bring it home with you. But in addition to having the great option of making your house stink, you can also get a beanie, a hoodie, a mug, and all sorts of other exciting souvenirs.
For another one? Yeah, one more for him. Here, wait. I gotta get that. All right. Yo, brother. Yeah, one more.
Now the weird fish there hanging off the edge with its mouth open is called a monkfish. And they've got it set up so they can grab a thing in the back and move the fish as though it's alive. And it's pretty great watching it scare the crap out of kids walking by. Because it might be called a monkfish, but a lot of them are praying it doesn't touch them. It is not the prettiest looking creature ever. Well, it's like we've come full circle. Let's watch the fish fly with reckless abandon.
Tips here. We have a wonderful new tip jar. Feel free to walk on.
Now let's circle around and take a look out front.
I see a little silhouette of a man. Scaramouche.
Thunderbolt and lightning, very, very frightening. Another popular Pike Place Market landmark, here is the statue known as Rachel the Piggy Bank. Rachel was the mascot of Pike Place Market, and she raises money for the Market Foundation. Rachel was created by local Washington State sculptor Georgia Gerber, and at 550 pounds, oh baby, Does she weigh a lot? Rachel the pig, not Georgia Gerber. I can neither confirm nor deny her weight. Although she does sound like she's eaten a lot of baby food. Just gotta get out. Just gotta get right out of the market. Okay, I'm not actually leaving the market. I'm just going to a different part. But first, of course, we have to stop in front to one of the most famous and iconic pictures in Seattle, the Pike Place Market sign. Pike Place Market is in fact the #2 tourist attraction in all of Seattle, behind only the Space Needle. Day or night, summer or winter, this is one of the most popular photo spots in Seattle. Anytime you're standing where I'm standing, you're going to see people out front taking pictures. But if you want to see the most colorful, fascinating, interesting, and yes, disgusting works of art, head to the left and down the ramp to the street known as Post Alley, and one of Pike Place Market's unique and gross landmarks, the gum wall. Since the 1990s, a tradition by locals, and now participated in by tourists the world over as well, started here. Now, it's been pressure washed and cleaned numerous times, but it doesn't take long before it turns back into a rainbow-filled wall of saliva. There are few places in the world that can make me want to go, "Aw," and "Ew," quite so much. And for those of you who would love to get mono, but can't find anybody who's willing to kiss you, don't let this opportunity pass you by. Now it's fascinating to look at, and it almost always draws a crowd, but I absolutely refuse to touch it. But boy, is it popular with tourists, as you can see.
Bazooka. Bak. Sana bak şey.
I was just like my face.
Let's find a good spot to gather up. I think this is probably
Yeah.
we don't want to get stuck here for the whole video. So let's move on to the next part of Pike Place Market. Let's say hi to Rachel one more time, and then we'll move along. We don't want to hog up all of our time here. Next up is Beecher's Restaurant, and they are famous for their amazing cheese. And despite what their name might sound like, there is nothing to complain about here. Look at those huge vats of cheese. If you're a fan of macaroni and cheese at all, I highly recommend stopping by for some of theirs. Look at that line to get in. But just hold your horses there, because you haven't seen anything yet. Wait until we get to the world's first Starbucks, straight ahead. That is definitely another hot spot with tourists from all over the world. But first, Piroshki, an awesome place for baked sweets. Now this is an even bigger line over here. Something must be brewing over here. This is the original Starbucks location right here in Pike Place Market, and these people like it a latte. The original Starbucks opened at Pike Place Market in 1971. People from around the world love to come here and wait in line, not just for the orders, but also to get a souvenir like a t-shirt, or a mug, or a keychain, or a magnet that says the original Starbucks, Seattle. Some people also like to window shop here, but I think it's better to do that at Seattle Glass and Window Shop.
Hay otro.
When I was growing up, they stayed here, but now they're go down by the waterfront.
There are lots of produce stalls, fish shops, and baked goods. Cookies, bread, brownies, and muffins. Who the heck needs Drury Lane when you've got Pike Street? Pike Place Market opened in 1907 and quickly became popular. By 1911, the number of shops had doubled, but by the 1960s, developers wanted to tear it down in favor of new buildings. Luckily, by 1971, voters had launched a Keep the Market campaign, and they won. The market was saved and placed on the National Register of Historic Places. Now the market has everything from barber shops to coffee shops and even a distillery. so you can get buzzed in 3 different ways. And of course, there's the fish throwing. It started out as cow throwing, but it turns out they were a lot harder to move than fish. Of course, that story is utterly ridiculous and clearly not true, but I had to milk it for all I could. Now, let's take a walk down one of the main corridors.
Come down in the winter months, it's a lot less popular.
These are very popular. It's a free.
Maybe just per time.
Now, if you're ready to have lunch with a view, we can turn over here to the Sound View Cafe. To keep this video from getting demonetized, I'm going to have to talk over the top of this Madonna song momentarily. However, you'll be happy to know, if you are a material girl, there are plenty of places to spend money here. And around the corner at Pike Place Fish, you can get some sea creatures that are like a sturgeon and eat them for the very first time. Or continue down this way to the Athenian Seafood Restaurant, which is also where Tom Hanks filmed scenes for the movie Sleepless in Seattle. And if you're a big fan of the movie, you can check out some of the pictures of Tom Hanks here and even sit in the chair Tom sat in. It's marked. You can do all that stuff if you're not a fan as well, but it would probably be more enjoyable if you are. What if someone you never met, someone you never saw, someone you never knew, was the only one for you? Or what if they were just sitting there enjoying the view and didn't want to be bothered? Let's move along now. And here we've got the old-fashioned candy shop. They've got all sorts of classic candy, from giant lollipops to slush puppies. If you've got a kid, and they're not acting hyper enough, this place might just do the trick for you. Let's see, we've got spiders in a frame over here. Alright. I had that once, but it definitely wasn't on purpose. And I had to stomp on it like 476 times, but I digress. And to go along with the candy shop, we've got the nutrition shop over here.
And here we have my semi-precious stones.
And here are coins. These ones are extra special because they're square and they have sports players' images on them. Here's different posters, from Yankees World Series posters to presidential posters with Kennedy and Reagan, even Thomas Jefferson over there. There's presidential campaign buttons, even failed presidential campaigns like Barry Goldwater. And look here, you can put in $1 and have a magic hat talk to you. I've got to believe he's going to have good advice because he's always on top of things. And whatever you do, do not wish to be big around this guy. That did not work out well for Forrest Gump. Maybe that's what happened to this guy, Robert Wadlow, the tallest man ever recorded at nearly 9 feet tall. And here you can look at his shoes, which I'm guessing would not be considered petite size. They also have little film reels, fun stuff. There are more shops this way, and it would appear a place for E.T. to phone home as well.
Tennessee. Actually, I figured I could put our names on it.
Over here, we've got a bookstore. An art shop over here. And a vintage record store over here. And in case you needed a machine to tell you how romantic you are, here's your chance. Oh, please let me be clammy. I've just got to be clammy. Now what the cluck is this? A psychic chicken? I wonder what size egg that is. I'm guessing a medium? If you ever wanted your fortune read, and you wanted it to come from the inside of a chicken, and let's be honest here, who would balk at that? Today might just be your lucky day. But of course you wouldn't know that until you read your fortune inside. Imagine what fun you could have at a trip to Pike Place Market. You could have your fortune from a psychic chicken and talk to a magic hat. That would certainly be a feather in your cap. And take a photo of it to remember the occasion. What's that popular Pokemon character again? Peekaboo! We've got gadgets and gizmos galore. And what's more, lots more stores. There's Animal Collectibles. It does not appear to be the 1960s British rock group. There is not a House of the Rising Sun, but there is a House of Jade.
Oh, hi, sweeties. You could use some more candy. Come on in.
There's more books and a cafe this way. That's just about the end of our tour. But first, let's go take a peek outside over the Seattle waterfront. This way. There's a Washington State ferry coming in from Bremerton right now. You can see the pier, you can see the Seattle Great Wheel, and further behind it you can see Lumen Field and T-Mobile Park, where the Seattle Seahawks and the Seattle Mariners football and baseball teams play. Well, that's all from Pike Place Market in Seattle. May you fly high like a fish through the market.